Hello students, in this video we will be discussing about mathematical tools, a very necessary and mandatory topic to study physics in class 11th and 12th. Many students complain that physics is a difficult subject, and reason for that is the lack of knowledge of these mathematical tools. In this video I'll be discussing about algebra and trigonometry, and before that I would like to inform you about the different parts. The mathematical tools can be divided into 5 sub parts. The very first one is algebra, then trigonometry, then logarithms, then differential calculus and integral calculus. Algebra you have studied in your junior classes, and most of the formulas are known to you. The very first one is a plus b whole square, then a minus b whole square. I am not telling all these equalities because I assume that these all formulas are known to you, and I don't want to waste my time on all these aspects, and it will be boring for you also to discuss all these things as these are known to you. You just go through all these formulas. Then the turn comes for the quadratic equation. As you know, quadratic equation is a second degree equation, and it is written in the form ax square plus bx plus c, and its roots are given by the formula x1 is equal to minus b plus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, and minus b minus under root or square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Till here, up to here you have studied in your class 10th. Now the next topic and the important one is binomial theorem, and it will be used extensively for deriving certain concepts, certain derivations in physics. So what is its statement? If n is any integer, positive or negative, or a fraction, then and x is any real number, then 1 plus x raised to power n is equal to 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 x square upon 2 factorial. Wait, what did I say? 2 factorial. Here I am using sign of exclamatory after 2, and what did I pronounce it? It is 2 factorial, and it will be equal to 2 into 1. In the next step you can see n minus 1 n minus 2 x cube upon 3 factorial. What would be the next step? Yes, you are right. It is n minus 1 n minus 2 n minus 3 x 4 upon 4 factorial. It will continue till we get or till we reach up to 1. So here in journal I have written here the factorial of n is equal to n minus 1 n minus 2 and so on, 3 into 2 into 1. If x is much less than 1, then 1 plus x raised to power n will be reduced to 1 plus nx. Now the concept of binomial can be understood better with the help of following example. Suppose a question has been asked to you. Normally it is not asked in such a way in exam, as it is not in your syllabus, but the use of binomial will be extensive in studying physics during your class 11th and 12th. So the question is, you have to evaluate 1001 cube root up to 6 decimal places. So the very first task is to convert 1001 in the form of 1 plus x raised to power n, and the very first step for it is that I am writing 1001 as 1000 plus 1. Then I will be taking 1000 as common, and I will be left with 1 plus 1 upon 1000 inside the bracket. After taking out 10 outside the bracket, I will be left with 10 bracket 1 plus 0.001 bracket close power 1 upon 3. Here 1 divided by 1000 I have written as 0.001. Then I am going to make the use of binomial theorem. As you have just studied, just recall that 1 plus x की power n, 1 plus x raised to power n is equal to 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 upon root 2 x square and so on. So here if we compare it with 1 plus x raised to power n, Here x will be equal to 0.001 and n is equal to 1 upon 3. Here n is a fraction. So 1 plus nx, in place of n I'll be getting 1 upon 3 and in place of x I'll be writing 0.001. Then next step, n minus 1, 1 upon 3 bracket 1 upon 3 minus 1 bracket close, x square upon 2 factorial and so on. I am not writing the next powers, higher powers of 0.001 or higher powers of x, as I have to calculate my answer up to 6 decimal places, and after up to this step I will be getting my answer. After calculating it, you can easily calculate it. It is a simple task. You will be getting these terms. Dividing 0.001 with 3, you will be getting 0.0003333, and then you will be getting 1 upon 3 minus 1 will be equal to minus 2 upon 3. So this term will become negative, and after making calculations will be getting answer 10.003332. So the value of 1001 cube root is equal to 10.003332 up to 6 decimal places. So this is one use of the binomial theorem. Now you must practice of this concept, and for that I am giving you two questions here. You have to calculate the value of cube root of 999 up to 4 decimal places, and then you have to calculate the value of square root of 26 up to 4 decimal places. So the very first thing is that you must convert these two numbers in the form of 1 plus x. So I think might have got idea, 999 can be written as 1000 minus 1, whereas 26 can be written as 25 plus 1. So calculate these and check whether you have got the right answer or not. Now the next topic is trigonometry. In this video I'll be just discussing the very basics of the trigonometry. I have taken a right angle triangle OMP, in which OM is base, PM is perpendicular and OP is hypotenuse. Sin theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, cosine theta is base upon hypotenuse, tangent theta is perpendicular upon base, cosecant theta is hypotenuse upon perpendicular, secant theta is hypotenuse upon base, and cotangent theta is perpendicular upon base upon perpendicular. So from these trigonometric ratios you can easily conclude that cosecant theta is reciprocal of sin theta, secant theta is reciprocal of cosine theta, cotangent theta is reciprocal of tan theta, and sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This was used extensively in class 10th. Then 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. So this, as I told you, this is the very basic of the trigonometry. In the next video I'll be discussing how to calculate the values of the bigger angles of bigger angles. For example, till now you know the values up to 90 degree. For example, if I say cos 45 degree, you find the value of cos 45 degree, you will be telling sir it is 1 upon root 2. If I say what is the value of sin 30 degree, you will be saying sir it is 1 upon 2. But if I say what is the value of sin 210 degree or cos 135 degree, then it will be difficult for you to tell the values, but it is really an easy task to calculate these values also. And in next video I'll be discussing the method how to find those values. Thank you.